It's Week 15 of the NFL, and we'll see DJ Moore. Now over 1,000 receiving yards on the season. It's the Panthers and the Steelers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped the 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Now we get our first look at the hometown kid, rookie Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh, as he leads the Steeler offense out for their first possession.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9. Pickett firing quickly here, and that's complete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Pickett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. We see Carolina's offense getting set for their first possession here. And at quarterback, his 2nd season with the Panthers, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Darnold. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Alex Highsmith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. On 2nd and 7, Pickett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. First and 10, here's Pickett. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
After run, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the 50, it's Darnold. His throw incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're one.
There he goes left side. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 79 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the... And now it's blocked. The Steelers get it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection led to the block.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
So a 5-yard swing, but still 4th down.
You just wonder if the punt team used up something there that they didn't need to, right? Draw them off sides, but it still doesn't get them a 1st down. I used that one on 4th and 5 or less.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Now Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. But just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Darnold from the red zone now. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes it,
touchdown, Panthers. LaVisca Chenault, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was the touchdown catch from LaVisca Chenault that capped it all off.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
From the 6.
Look at him go inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards.
And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to speed things up here. After the sack on first down, Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Off play action, Pickett.
And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends, his time is run out. And we're back now in Charlotte. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time.
Gets this to Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Darnold to throw.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Darnold throw complete there to Thomas.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Now Darnold.
And Darnold, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, taking it right down Broadway, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
So now the Steeler offense coming onto the field. They'll try to add 2 more. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown, and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Austin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it,
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts.
And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, Charles, to quote a Hall of Famer from the sport of baseball, Yogi Berra, it's deja vu all over again. They had the pick 6 earlier. Now another pick 6 here, and those plays certainly have contributed to this blowout that we're witnessing.
absolutely. And they're up big, but you and I both know that defenses are not responsible for holding the score down. And when you have a chance at a pick 6, you go snatch the ball and you take it the other way. None of this grab it, kneel down stuff. Take it all the way to the end zone, as we just saw there.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Pittsburgh,
their chances of finishing over 500, they remain alive as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Carolina, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.